Hero team, welcome back to Maratha. Thank you for joining me as always. Do remember to click that like. Do remember to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. If you are already a subscriber, or even if you're not, feel free to drop a super thanks. Feel free to have a look at my memberships, Patreon, and of course my merch store. Now, it's 1966. Doesn't time fly? It does. It really does fly. These are our cities that are doing all of the stuff that they're doing. I've turned most of the HUD off because it's getting particularly messy. But you can see that we have people that have needs, and some of these needs are being met, and some of them aren't quite being met just fully yet. Now, I do want to warn you. I feel that I have to warn you. Ta-da! That this one's going to be a bit of a talky one because there's quite a few things to talk about. So, and I want to make sure that you understand where I'm coming from, so that if you're playing this yourself and you're getting stuck on a few things, you're scratching your head going, I don't really get that. That you can go, oh yeah, I remember LJ saying he had a hard time with that and he figured it out, and here's this and that and all the rest of it. So anyway. Let's talk about some things. Let's talk about some needs. Let's have a look at Quezon as a place with some particular needs. Now, you can see down here for Quezon, their particular need is bricks currently. I don't have anything else. I don't have goods. The people are doing fine. There's a train just leaving. 59 out of 62 people. So there's just room to spare, but there's nobody left behind, which is great. Although people have started, no, these are people leaving. These are people who have got off. There's a bus coming. There's people here. They're predominantly waiting. The bus, for some reason, does loop down there instead of turning at this junction. He's going to come down and he's going to pick up people from here. And he's going to bring them down to this bus stop. And most of them are going to get off. And there they go. And they trundle in. And they join the queue. And you'll see these numbers rack up by about 12 people, which is what the bus holds. So there you go. So most of the people here at Quezon are getting on the commuter train as they're heading north, and that's perfectly fine. But Quezon wants bricks. So where are we getting bricks from? Well, we're getting bricks all the way from up here, which is marvelous. So let's have a look. Quezon bricks. Well, it says here that we're shipping 103, so that's good. So there's a train somewhere, Quezon brick train, somewhere on the line. If we have a look at that, he actually takes 96, and he's fully loaded. So he's on the way back, which is fabulous. So he's on the way back here to Quezon. Now, Quezon wants 110. So he's a little bit light, actually. So we can probably go and find him. He's here somewhere. Not you. I thought I saw a whole load of... Is this guy here? This is the Quezon brick guy. So 96. So he's a bit light, really, because ideally, if we've got one guy running, it would be great if he could bring 110. So if we were to add another one of those, that would be 108. That's probably absolutely suitable for just right now. 2 bricks short. Things will change. It won't matter anyway. Probably need another train eventually, but we'll get into that. So he's gonna rock up here. Now, what you need to know is when you're looking at needs like this is who needs what where, and I've kind of talked about this. So you need to find out who needs bricks. So all of the people that need bricks are sort of encompassed by this lot. There's one little weird freaky dude out here, but pretty much all of this kind of, well, half really from sort of through here wants bricks. When the bricks arrive at the train station, this is the buildings that can take directly, immediately from the train arriving. So the very moment that the train arrives, all of these places will be instantly furnished with bricks. They don't have to get bricks transported to them. They miraculously just appear wherever they need them to be. So that accounts for some bricks. Now, where is the guy? He's heading down here somewhere. Big long brick train. Where are you? There you are. There you are there. My brick train. There goes the commuter. The fast commuter. He's heading down. Is he a Krasno commuter? Probably. Oh, he's got to stop for the freight. That the Quezon freight has to go through that line because there's no other connection at that wonky donkey junction, which is perfectly all right. So so here you go. We'll come down the line. It's a bit noisy. It's a big quarry. Bye, quarry. See ya. Oh, here's Quezon now. Right, let's hop out. So, 96. He's got 96 on board. Let's see. When he arrives, two things are going to happen. The first is a miraculous amount of bricks are going to be instantly supplied. There they go. Now, right, 96. Remember this number. This is like 8. This guy, as this guy picked up, he may have inadvertently. No, I don't think he would have. 8. So what this is saying is, when this train arrives, 96 less 8, which is, blimey, what was that? 88. So 88 bricks is being instantly supplied to the good industries of Quezon City. It says here there's 82 having arrived. So maybe this guy did impact my numbers a little bit. So 82 bricks, I think, have just exactly arrived. This doesn't count for bricks that have arrived. This is bricks that have been delivered successfully. So that's great. So that leaves a shortfall of some bricks which need to be delivered to some people. So to do that, what you need to do is you need to find out where is the best place to supply these things. Now, we already know that this sort of this little bit around here is being supplied by the train, but these little depots are great because they can supply an awful lot more places. Currently, we've got one here. Now, this depot here is effectively supplying pretty much the entire town, except for whatever these guys are. And he needs cargo. He needs goods, and he needs goods, and he needs goods. So they don't need that anyway. So the shortfall is being picked up here by this little truck, which is trundling over here and dropping off the remaining bricks to ensure that everybody is getting what they want, right? And then these bricks will be consumed. You see they're going up and going down, etc., as people use them. And as my little truck arrives, wherever he arrives or whenever he arrives, I didn't recognize that one. It kind of goes up and goes down. Anyway, if we go to our brick manufactory place and we go over here, you can see here that you have the list of the places that stuff is going to. Yekaterinburg, Dubai, Quezon City, Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok, Krasno, and Jakarta. Now it's saying here that only 85% of my bricks are getting to where they need to be. Now, that's because I've been tinkering with this line, I think, and it will take a while for it to come together. But hopefully that will eventually recognize that I have connected some of those links between Quezon and the brick manufactory and the train arriving. We've added some extra cargo space to the train. We've added a little bit of extra space to this area here. So I'm fully hopeful that will eventually arrive at 100%. So that's what we have to do when you're setting up these lines in the cities. And there can be a lot of lines. You know, in this case, there's 3 currently active, and eventually there will be 4. So what are we looking like in this one in terms of bits and pieces? We have fuel and bricks and food. Let's have a look at our food, because our food is just around here. So that's our food. What does this guy say? This guy says it's going to that's the stuff coming from the Krasnoyarsk farm. This is stuff going to Krasno 100%. So 100% of the food that needs to be shipped from here is getting to the place that it should go to. These are all the other destinations that will take food, but we haven't connected them to this particular place. They're being supplied elsewhere. We could tie them in if we wanted. It's going to be a little bit of hard work, but it is something that we're going to have to need to get done. I mean, who knows about Faisalabad? It's still up in the air as to what that even looks like. What else have we got coming in here? We have fuel and bricks. So this is Krasno. We've already kind of had a look at the bricks. What does Krasno say for bricks? We have Dago to Krasno bricks, which is perfectly fine. So what does this say here? This says that Krasno 81%. Right, so that's a bit low. What's happening here? Is there a lot of bricks waiting? Dago to Krasno. There's a little bit. We don't have nearly enough storage out here. So when it gets exclamation marks, it means there's just not nearly enough storage. Not enough stuff is being shifted, and some of these platforms are trying to accommodate quite a bit of stuff. So we are running out of space, which is another thing that we need to get on top of. But if we go and have a look at Krasno bricks, isn't this the one that has like been very sketchy? It's like coming and going. 40 of 47. Who wants bricks in Krasno exactly? That's trains. Right, we've got a little pocket of brick places around there, which is fine. So when the train comes in, that doesn't even touch that area. So this is the area we're looking at here. So that won't work for bricks. So we have a brick trucks line. That brick trucks line drops here at Granville. Now you'll have a look if you click on Granville. That supplies this whole corner of the city. So Granville looks like it's doing okay. We've got one little truck. So we've got one little truck going around. Now the problem might be that he's not supplying quite fast enough. But I think, realistically speaking, the problem is here, not over there. And the problem is to do with platform storage and the amount of places that we can actually store things. So what we might have to do is we might have to look at where we need to get some additional storage. So who's the problem child here? So we've got Krasno, Kuala Lumpur, and Quezon. So Krasno, Kuala Lumpur. Well, Krasno and Kuala Lumpur are on platform 1 and 2. So it's all the ones on platform 1 and 2. Where are platforms 1 and 2? It should tell me, shouldn't it? It's so hard to try and work out because it doesn't always number them the way you think it should number them. There we go. Platforms 1. Platform 1 and 2. That's over here. 1 is on the right. It looks like the numbering is so small. No, 1 is on the left, 2 is on the right, 3 is on the left, 4. So it's going 1, 2, 3, 4. So platform 1 and 2 are the short platforms you can see. Right. So what we need to do is we need to make these platforms a little bit longer. And we can definitely do that. So what we'll do is we'll head down here and we will configure the platform and we will look for, not sure exactly which one we've got. Cargo platform, no sign, era A, could be. We'll put platform there, and a platform there, and a platform there, and a platform there. And I think seeing as we're going out, we may as well balance it off with a platform there. And we will put in some tracks, which are over here. And that'll go boom, 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 boomity boom. Right, and we will look to a cargo building. So this is a big one. This will hold 80. Now, you can squeak these in over here where it connects with the road. That's perfectly fine. I think if we connect that one next to it, it also still works, but we'll have a look in a minute. Yeah, it looks like it. 80, 80, 160 plus those extras over there. So we've definitely made this into a large cargo hub, and we need some tracks to connect up. Catenary off, please. Oh, these aren't going to line up. We're going to need to take that back a ways. That's okay. Go connect that to there, and we'll connect that to there, and we'll have to do a little double flip over thingamajiggery. And chuck in a signal so everybody knows what's going on. That one's probably a little bit extra now. Right, so there we go. Now, as always with this, I'll slow it down while we're talking. As always with this, everything will take a little bit of time, but we're now looking at, okay, we've got space to store things. Things are being stored. Things will be moved along. That's a bit out of place, isn't it? They're all a bit out of place, but that's okay. We'll be doing a detailing session at some point, just not quite yet at the minute. So now that we've sorted that out, now that we're happier that we've got some additional storage going on, there's the possibility of 200 at each platform, and we're adding in trains where we find problems. There is a fairly good chance that we will be able to iron out the issues with Krasno and Quaison. So that seemed to be a bit of a drama. And when you can think about it, all of the bricks are being supplied from this one place, which is fine. They're being supplied from that one place, and we need to increase the amount of stuff that's arriving. But we'll need to do that. So again, I have explained this, so just so we're abundantly clear, it is demand that drives supply. So because we have connected everybody, and because we're trying to make sure that everybody's getting 100% of what they want, the materials plant wants to produce as many bricks as it can, which is why we're at, like, what is this, level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 currently, and close to heading on to 8. So because they're working really, really hard, they're really consuming very quickly. So what's happening is these trains that are supplying through here, this is a train, they're just not big enough. They just aren't big enough. Now, the other issue is here, this thing. So for some reason, this brick thing doesn't want to get much bigger. Now, I think if I can get the trains a little bit larger, we might be able to get it to tick over now that the demand is there. But it was problematic before. Sometimes these things don't exactly happen the way you think they are, or they don't happen in the time you think it's going to happen, to do with the demand situation. So we'll add in some more, and we'll see if that extra demand here eventually causes this to produce more, so that these guys can ship more, so that this guy can make more, right? So that we can make sure that all of these things get filled up, although quite a lot of them look like they already need some help. Daegu Yekaterinburg, Daegu Kuala Lumpur, Daegu Quezon we've talked about. So that's the story with that and with bricks. So we had a look at food, we had a look at bricks. Krasno, you need fuel. So you are 102 of 151 fuel, and you're getting your fuel from the KL Fuel Refinery. So the KL Fuel Refinery says Krasno, again, is only getting 85% of what it needs. Is there enough room in the broom here? There seems to be. We don't seem to be having any problem with storage. This guy's got 70. I've just added in another train because to supply, because he wasn't being supplied with enough. So we're trying to get him up, and we're trying to make sure that he has enough in storage. But you can see that he definitely trucks his way through stuff in storage, and that's coming out of this guy down here, who is producing as quick as he can, but there's a little bit of a lag again because it takes time for the production to ramp up at source. So you can see we're pushing this one to try and get the amount of shipping up so that we can drive this one onto the next level. So it will get there eventually. It will, I'm sure it will, with these two trains running between the two. They're definitely not filling up to capacity yet, but I'm pretty sure we will get there, and we'll get there with this one, and we'll ultimately end up shipping this stuff up. I mean, see now that some of these trains are running partially dry. Bearing in mind that this is also getting top up from over here via all those trucks that are going along. They're all dropping off here, and then they're all picking up, and then they're all heading off. So it all takes time. Everything takes time. So they're saying only 85%. Now, we've been over here and we've had a look. Not over here. We've been over here and we've had a look at the bricks. What's the fuel situation look like? So the fuel's a bit scattered. So we've got a couple of people over here. We've got this little sort of like block in the center here, and then we've got this lot all up the side. So how are we servicing these people with fuel? Well, I did say, I think, that there's a little block over here. Is it not that guy? No, we're good. We're good. There's these two right on the corner. Are they getting? They're not getting. At least one guy's not. I think it's this guy. So this guy ain't getting. That guy is getting. So, not from the train station anyway. But we have Idga Road over here, which is a cargo stop. So let's keep that in mind. We then have the this sort of central unit bit, and then we had over in this corner. Now, this doesn't quite cover that. It does cover most of this top corner, but what about these guys? Fuel. And we've got guys over here. No, that's a residence. I felt like there was fuel that far up. Am I wrong? I am wrong. Not quite as far up as that. So they're sort of limited to there. So there's this little pocket over here which just isn't quite getting from Granville Road. Now, that would be fine for fuel. If we wanted to make sure we got everybody, I think we'd have to move our fuel stop up here onto whatever this place is. That is Nikolskaya Street. So I think if we run fuel, we run one little truck over there, and we call that like fuel 1, and then we run a couple of trucks over here and call that fuel 2. So where's my fuel line? Fuel trucks, and we're not shifting nearly enough fuel, and the place nearly isn't big enough as well. But we'll have a look at that in a minute. So we've got our fuel truck line, and he's going to Granville through one heck of a circuitous route. No, he's the purple one, right? So we'll delete that station. So we'll put this one over here. Bit of a long way around. Don't really care. But that's going to be fuel trucks. I'm going to call that fuel trucks 1. And that's the minor one. So let's just have a quick look. Fuel trucks 1. Probably only going to need one of those. We'll just get rid of this one for now, because he's mediocre. So, and actually, seeing as we're here with this one, we'll replace him with a newer model. You can. This little yellow one's fine. You can use the old cargo trucks, but I don't like the look of them. Right, so we need our fuel line 2. So we're going to pick up here, and we're going to go up to this one on Nikolskaya. And we're going to say, you're going to go to the halt, and you're also going to be loading up with fuel, and you're going to be only dropping off fuel. And this is going to be Krasnoyarsk fuel trucks 2. Right, and that's fine. Krasnoyarsk fuel trucks 2. We've got a depot over here. So what we'll do is we'll say so we'll say 3 of those and see how we go. So Krasnoyarsk fuel trucks 2. And we'll see how we go. Right? So they're heading off in this direction. They're going to Nikolskaya. Krasnoyarsk fuel trucks 2. That might help us out. Now then, the other thing is this: when you build these depots, you have the same problem with storage. So we're not getting enough storage happening here. We need more storage. We've got 4 different things coming in here, and we just simply don't have enough stuff going on. So we really probably need to have some more stuff going on, which is perfectly fine. So we'll go to configure, and we'll add in a couple of cargo decks. That seems to be doing us fine, and we'll add in a large cargo building just cause. So we'll stick it there as well. So we've got that. Right. So now we know that this fuel depot is going to be able to shift enough stuff. So when the train comes in, all of the fuel that is needed in this area here will automatically be taken, and then whatever is left over will end up being stored here, and it will be picked up, and one little truck will take a bit and dump it over here, and that'll supply these little guys that are just on the edge, and the rest of the stuff will be taken here and will supply these guys that are over here, and that hopefully will eventually see us take over the fuel supply to 100%. So that's essentially it. That's what I have to do. That's what I have to go around and sort out and figure out. And I haven't even. There's still so much to do. Look at how much Krasnoyarsk has grown, and look at the bus route. Look at the people that are not being serviced by the bus route. We've got a whole load of streets that really want buses. I haven't even talked about tying in Jakarta yet. Poor old Jakarta. Poor old Nagoya, and poor old Faisalabad. How are we doing down here at Faisalabad? 14 people, and there's a lot of people waiting at the bus stop too. And where's my boat? My boat. Oh, I had to get different shape of boats. 43 people now on this little boat. I don't know where they're hiding because there's only one on deck. So. What have you done with them all? Where are they? Are they all below deck? There's not much deck to be below, by the looks of it. I mean, there's a little gangway down there, and there's these. Surely this is where the paddle engines are. Surely this is crew. I guess there must be a big below deck area because they're not on top of deck. So yeah, so. There's that stuff to do, and a little bit more time to get through while we do that. And it also appears that we now have roundabouts and we now have highways. So we need to think about that because there's places like this which I did. I had tools supply train to Dubai, but it wasn't working. So it wasn't making me money. So I've set up trucks instead to do it, and I upgraded this, which was a dirt road, and obviously everybody wants to use it as a shortcut to get to Kuala Lumpur, which is perfectly fine. And So I need to go through and I make sure that all of that stuff. Now, the other thing to remember with the productive plants is how much they're using and how much they've got stored, right? Because what you don't want is coming in. Are you coming in to take away? You're coming in to take away. What you do not want, let us let this run, is you don't want any of the stored values to drop below 0. Because if the stored values are below 0, you aren't producing. And if you aren't producing, then then you're missing out. So it means that you've got your industry sitting idle, and we don't want our industry sitting idle. And he really is in danger of sitting idle. Here comes a supply train now. So this supply has just dropped off, but he didn't drop off full. So what's his problem? Dubai timber supply. So he's coming from over here. So the Dubai timber supply looks like it doesn't have enough storage going on. We've got who's holding up the Dubai Kuala Lumpur timber is not shifting, and the Dubai timber supply is stuck. Can we not just move that onto terminal 2? So let's move that onto terminal 2, and then hopefully that will help sort that problem out. Because it's the same issue here. Look at that. Stored 0. And the thing with this sawmill is he works fast. Like, super fast. So here comes the logs now. It looks like we sort of picked him up at a low spot as well. But we have 3 large log trucks coming from that one supplier over there. And we have 2 large log trucks coming over from that supplier. So we have 5 log trucks. And they just can't keep up. Look, we're about to run out of logs again. There you go. We've run out of logs again. Every time. Now that's ticking away. That's production that we're missing. Now, you can see that your consumption starts to drop in production and shipment. That's preventing me from tripping the sawmill over to 1200, and is therefore stopping me from increasing the next level of production out of the sawmill. So if I want to get this sawmill up, I have to get nearly another 400 logs being shipped. That's another 4 trains. So I need to get nearly another 4 trains sorted. This guy's doing a little bit better now, the Dubai timber supply, but he's still only in the 40s. Still only in the 40s. And this is going to run out. So that's some balancing that I also have to do. So these things all rely on each other in so many ways. So this guy over here, because we increase the 100% demand, say at Bangkok, that increases how much this wants to produce, and we're increasing how much we're shipping to keep up with that 100% demand. Because we've increased that, he wants more timber. The steel is fine. We've got an absolute abundance of steel. We don't need to worry about steel. The limiting factor here is timber. So then we need to go and see what's happening at the timber plant. The timber plant is fine, excepting, of course, that it's not got enough wood coming in to keep it running fast enough. This is a very fast resource, and it's nearly at level 6. So what we need to do is we need to get more logs, which is fine. These primary producers of logs, these will never run out. I've never maxed one of these out to the extent that it stops producing. On Alessandria we had, I don't know, I feel like I had 8 trains coming off one one forest, and they were all maxed out in terms of their size. They were huge. There were 10 of the large carriages long, each one. I had very long platforms. So in order to sort out the issue with the machines getting to where they need to get to, I need to go back to the primary producers, and I need to go back to increase the size of some of these platforms, and I need to increase the trains that are going through some of these areas so that we can get the timber supplied. We need at least 4 more trains. I think we can run maybe 2 more on this line. It would be pretty close, but I think we can probably do it. They'd be pretty much nose to tail, and we can definitely run 2 more on this line. And that would be, it might even be better to do 3 on the longer line and just 1 on that line. And then that adds the 4 trains that we need to into the timber. And then we get that sorted over here. So before we do anything else, and like I said, I did say it was going to be a bit of a talky one. What I'll do is I will go in and I'll fiddle around with just this supply chain, just to show you how we fit it all together and how we get it all working. Now that you've seen that this very small but connected supply chain. And I'll probably run it for a couple of years while I'm kind of testing a few things, and we'll come back. And when we come back, it'll probably be at least 1970. It'll be the 70s. Bell bottoms and free love. We'll see you then. Ta-ta for now. Right, hello again. Welcome back. Let's slow things down a little bit. Blimey. But blimey, it looks dreadful when it's slowed down so much. Let's just speed it back up again. Dubai East is looking busy. We have a practical snake of logs coming through from this side. It turned out it was easier to add trains to this side. Pardon me. Easier to add trains to this side and have them just sitting and waiting than it was this side, because there's just too many networks here. You can see how many networks crisscross and bump into each other and everything else. So I had to peel these guys off and give them their own platform down here. There's only 3 trains on this line. I can't really put any more on because they start to hold up the bricks, and then there's timber going this way, and there's trains and commuters and a whole bunch of stuff, and the whole D is really rather a busy area. And you can see there's trains getting in each other's way through here, because you got coming and going and lefting and righting and all the rest of it. And I'm sure at some point I'll get some kind of a warning to say that everybody's jammed and nobody's going anywhere. So I can't really put anything more through here. So I've been loading it up on this side, and as you can see, they're all just like slowly chugging their way up. They run down here and then they slowly chug their way up to keep filling this up. And this place is staying pretty full as much as we can. Pardon me. So you can see now that the stored it's inching its way down just about. So that's with whatever that is. How many trains have I got on this line? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trains on one line. This is like 8 trains. So 8 trains, and it's still not enough. I could do with probably 2 more. So that's that. And then what the issue here is the Dubai Kuala Lumpur train, which we'll go and have a look at in a second. So yeah, so we've got this one going. That's 353. This one's going, and sorry, 318. They just keep going. Just forest is just, if you want to get started, get some log trains running, because you never run out. Right, who's holding us up here? Oh yeah, and I added some storage. I added some platform storage. Oh, and these trains, before we disappear, these trains are, as long as I can make them, they are pardon me, they are this one's the long one, because it's got a newer style locomotive on it, but they're just shy of 130 meters, which is just enough that I don't have to change this curve. There's not really much more room to make this platform any longer on this side, because of all these curves. So 130 meters, they've got as much as I can possibly get. 126, I think, is what each of them are pulling. So 130 meters. What did we say? We wanted to have a look at the Dubai Kuala Lumpur train. Trains, plural. There's 3 of them. There's 3 of them. Where are they? This one's over here. Is it just distance? He's got to go up there. Where's this one? He's on his way down, so he's just picked up. So, Uwe the third. The third is also down here, but then this is also down here. Isn't this Kuala Lumpur train? It is. So I've got 3 of them, and they're delivering over here, and this is storing. How fast is this stuff working through? It's working through things pretty quickly as well. So, I mean, realistically speaking, we just need another train. And with those trains where they are currently, that should be an easy fix, because I don't think this line is overloaded per se. So what we can do here is we can connect that guy in there like that, and we can have a look at our line. Dubai Kuala Lumpur. We'll have a look at our trains, sorry. And we've got 3 of them. Do we need 2? 3, 2. We've already just added in a whole bunch of stuff. Let's add in 2 more. So we've duplicated those, and we'll let these peel out, and they'll peel out, and that's probably fine. I don't need to balance when they're going, because there's a lot of junctions and points and areas where there's a lot of trains that they have to get through, which is gonna stagger them out. So they're not going to be arriving right after each other. And like I said, we have just increased the productivity over here. So what we will fully be expecting anytime soon is that this shipment value will get sufficiently high enough. Probably, I think, needs to get to 1,000. So once the shipment value gets to 1,000, it will start kicking over to the next production level, and we will start producing even more. But there's 234 currently. Look at the speed that it ticks up, because they really want a lot of timber, and Dubai really don't, which is fine. So Dubai, they got a little bit of space. So if they've got a little bit of space and they're 108, we could probably drop them down to 84 and save ourselves a bit of money. And we'll see how they go. And that'll save us a bit of the old money. It may have just been a delay, but we'll see. We'll see if it racks up again. The next train hasn't arrived yet, and we're already up 98, 100, 101, 102. Is this Dubai Kuala Lumpur though? Yeah, Dubai Kuala Lumpur, 118, 119, 120, 122. So he was already 122, so maybe I need to put him back again. Just using these. Let's just leave one like that for now. Who's this? Dubai Kuala Lumpur. Come on. We got plenty. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. We got plenty. We got plenty. Carry on. Is this Dubai in again? He's only got 84. Yeah, I need to make him bigger, don't I? Must have just been a thing. Just been a thing. That's why you have to sit and watch it for a while, just to see what happens. Also, like I said, we're trying to ramp this up. Shipment's still at only 900. We're only transporting 86%, so there's still a couple of holes in the system. So, so there you go. Blimey. I did say it was going to be a bit of a talky one. So the issue is here, probably. What's happening with this? This is KL's only getting 84%, Bangkok's only getting 78%. That's not very good. Bangkok, where are you? 78%. You're coming straight in here, and you've got a little set of trucks. So, right, what do you need over here? Ah, well, you need to be right over here. So we got one over here. Got this boy over here. Boyo. We got this boy over here, like, you know. Bangkok Tools truck. So the Bangkok Tools truck and the Bangkok Tools trucks we're just not big enough. I am sorry to say, and I am sad to report, but I'm gonna have to demolish some of you people because we need room for a building. We need room. Sorry, eminent domain and all that. Sorry, team, but we're gonna be shifting some people. I hate to tell you. Right, so let's see. The first thing we can do here is we can increase some cargo capacity on the side, and we can do that, and then we can find a building. We've got a large cargo building. It won't fit there. Fit there? It fit there? I think it looks better fitting here, doesn't it? Because then it almost like fits in. So there we go. So now we got room for extra stuff. Bangkok Tools. He's set on 2. That's fine. What I want to do is I want to have a look at the Bangkok Tools truck line. That is Upper Bangkok. Yeah, we want him to be able to use both. Thank you very much. That will give him a little bit of extra capacity. And the Tools Trucks people are definitely going to the Granville Road, which is where they need to go to drop off. And how many trucks have I got in the Bangkok Tool trucks? I've got 2, and neither of them are in great condition. So, and they're the smaller trucks. These are the trucks I've been using, the Opel Blitz tarpaulin truck, but we've got bucket loads of money. These are the big ones. These are the big ones. They're 413,485. But you've seen from what's over on the other side just exactly how much demand there is on this. So this takes 21. This takes 17. This takes 21, but it doesn't take what we're after. So none of the others take what we want in a high enough capacity, I think. So we're going to be using the old man tarpaulin truck. So we're going to bling him together, and that's pretty good. And that will help Bangkok get a little bit extra of their tools. So who else is problematic over here? Who's not getting? KL isn't getting. Right, well, we've got some trucks here for KL. What's their story? 28, they also need storage. It's not really so easy to do it with you, I'm sad to say, because you're a pain. What we can do is we can configure it thusly, and I think we can lengthen that. That's 3. It won't let me go out that far, but that's okay. And then we can possibly put one out the side there, right behind. Now that means that I just need to change over from 1 and 2 to 3. So Kuala Lumpur Tools Trucks, that's you. You can go to Terminal 3, please, which is fine. And then the one that was at Terminal 2 can go over to Terminal 1, and then you're not getting in each other's way. And then we've got that sorted. What are the kind of trucks that I'm running here? Kuala Lumpur Tool Trucks. 4 mediocre little things. So let us swap you people out also for the man truck. And then you're not doing that. So who needs, because Kuala Lumpur needs a lot of this stuff. So Kuala Lumpur Tools. Who needs tools and where do you need them? Whoa, everywhere. Everywhere needs them. Right, okay, I see. Where are we currently delivering? That probably explains why we're not really getting any stuff here. Kuala Lumpur. Where are we currently delivering to? We're currently delivering to this bloke. Mautau Chung Rawad. I didn't name that, just so we're abundantly clear. That's obviously an error in game. Well, it supplies quite a big area. He supplies quite a big area. So we are covering a lot, but we are not covering 100%. We're not covering down in this corner. So we're going to need a tool stop there, and we're not covering out in this corner either, and we're going to need a tools stop there. So we're going to need 3 tools lines. I wish you didn't, and the game kind of says you don't, but that's not true, and I'll go over this again for the heart of thinking. So the situation is with the cargo that when you are looking to load cargo, you can tell it how much of a percentage of cargo you can load. So you could do multiple loads. You could do 3 different types of cargo, right? If you had the capability of doing that, you could do 3 different types of cargo, which is absolutely fantastic. But when you go to the unload, you do not get that option. It's 100% or nothing. There's no way to do that. Now, I can't see. Is there a slider off screen? I don't know. I can't see it. I can't see it, and it's not. It doesn't come up. So I have no idea if there is a slider off screen. And as far as I can see, there is no other way to adjust the value of how you do that. If we go to Mao Tao Chung Rawad, minus the lag. We don't get any options there either to choose how much comes off. So there you go. So anyway, the other 2 are a bit smaller, so that's fine. So we'll do the closest one next. So this will still be picking up tools, and you're only dropping off tools. And this will be the Kuala Lumpur Tools Trucks 2, which is fine. And we will then do the next one, which is the further one, which is over here. And yes, you're just going to be loading tools. Thank you. And this will be the Kuala Lumpur Tools Trucks 3, right? So I think, let's go over here. So I think we'll just go with the man truck. And I think maybe, let's start with 1 each on the lines. So we'll start with this one. So this will be KL Tool Trucks 2. Where are you? KL Tools Trucks 2. Away you go. And you'll be KL Tool Trucks 3. That's Krasno. KL Tool Trucks 3. Right, there you go. So that hopefully will cover that. And then we're getting a few of those shipment things up, because all we need to do is get our shipments up a little bit more, get our transport closer to 100%, and we can probably get the tools factory up a grade. Yeah, that's it. Everybody else is doing good. Everybody else is doing fine. So that's that. That's the kind of nuts and bolts that you have to go into to balance all these things out. And it's 1973, and that's it. We've run out of time, I'm sorry to say. I am sad to report. So I hope you have enjoyed it. Like I said, bit of a talky one, bit of a deep dive, bit of a technical look at how you do some balancing and the kind of things that you have to look at to make sure all of this stuff is balanced, and the sort of interdependencies that go into the transport networks. So I do hope you like it, and if you have liked it and found it useful, even if it's reminded you of some things you may have forgotten, please click that like, please subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out. Thank you very much. Please, of course, if you do feel like supporting the channel, there are channel memberships. There is super thanks under each and every video for a one-off donation. And, of course, you can check out my Patreon and check out my merch store. I do hope you are enjoying the series. There's still so much to do, and we just never seem to have enough time. I will see you all again for another trip around Maratha real soon. Ta-ta for now.